It's totally impractical, and it's wildly fun. The JSX2 Subsonix sport jet is a single-seat, kit-built airplane that's powered by a modern jet engine.
The Subsonix is just a light, personal jet airplane. It is incredibly fast, incredibly easy to fly, and just more fun than just about anything I've ever flown. Well, the Subsonix has an incredibly wide speed range. It will go from 57 miles an hour to just shy of 300 miles an hour. There just aren't many airplanes out there that have a 6x speed range. So the aerobatics I can do with this, take full advantage of that, from starting out relatively slow, actually winding up from a fairly slow speed in a big horizontal 8 while I'm pulling 3.5 Gs and come out at the other end 225 miles an hour with enough smash to get over the top of a Cuban 8. The Subsonix is being powered by the PBS TJ100 turbojet engine. It's built in the Czech Republic. PBS has been around building turbine machinery for a long time. This is a new manufacturer engine, new digital electronics, a full recirculating oil system, starter generator, all automatic start and shut down. A lot of things that you wouldn't expect to find on an engine that only weighs 40 pounds. Fuel burn on takeoff is around 35 gallons an hour, and at 17,000 feet, normal cruise, you're burning about 17 gallons an hour and cruising about 230 miles an hour. Every jet aircraft requires some turbine experience. To be able to fly this one, the two things that we want to see, and the FAA agrees with us on, is some turbine time and some time in a sporty, small, light handling aircraft. We've set up a program using our two-seat jet glider to let people experience the engine, the energy management, and what it's like to land this far off the ground. Our glider program surprisingly does a very good job of emulating this in the critical areas that we're looking for. Obviously, the glider has a much bigger wingspan, a lot slower roll rate, but it still has fairly fine handling and pitch, and it's a very clean aircraft. It's one where you have to really pay attention to energy management early in the pattern. You don't have the option of just pulling the throttle back and letting a big propeller slow you down. Also, you sit all the way in the front without anything in front of you, so you get the sight picture. You wouldn't think a glider would be a good aircraft for learning to fly a jet, but they really have more similarities than differences.
My introduction to the two-airplane Subsonix training program takes place in Moriarty, New Mexico, with Bob Carlton and veteran instructor Billy Hill. Step 1 is getting some dual instruction in the bonus jet, a two-seat motor glider that's really 3 airplanes in one. During the takeoff and climb phase, it resembles a long-winged U-2 spy plane. It climbs energetically and feels solid and stable. Then, a step that's a bit uncomfortable for power pilots, shutting down and stowing the engine in flight.
Let's go ahead and shut the engine down then.
Okay. So engine going to stop. Engine stop.
Okay.
The bonus jet feels light and maneuverable now. It's a high-performance sailplane with a 40-to-1 glide ratio.
Okay, those are the doors closing. You notice how the air noise has decreased?
Yep.
We're stowed. We're definitely in the soaring mode.
And we're climbing too.
Yeah.
Finally, the part that matters most to aspiring Subsonix pilots, power on approaches and landings. Hill deploys the spoilers to increase drag, just like the Subsonix with landing gear and flaps down. The landing picture in the two airplanes is much the same, and it's critical not to flare too high. After 2 glider flights with Hill, it's time to fly the Subsonix for the first time, and that can only be done solo. The cockpit is surprisingly roomy for such a tiny airplane, and the engine controls and startup procedures feel familiar. After a short pre-takeoff checklist, there's nothing else to do but fly.
That's it. Engine on, engine main on. Fuel pumps on.
Check the fuel pressures come up.
The Subsonix accelerates smoothly to its rotation speed of 90 miles per hour, and the rate of acceleration increases once the airplane is off the ground. Raise the landing gear, and it climbs about 1,800 feet per minute at 150 miles per hour. I turn on the smoke for a photo pass, then fly out to the practice area. A barrel roll is my first aerobatic maneuver, and the Subsonix is smooth and responsive all the way around. A loop with an entry speed of 200 miles per hour has plenty of energy to get over the top, and a full deflection aileron roll completes the sequence. Now it's time to land. I fly a flat approach, slowing to 85 miles an hour over the threshold, and reduce engine power to idle. The mains touch down at the 1,000-foot fixed distance marker. The Subsonix is one of the very first in a new category of kit sport jets powered by a new breed of tiny jet engine, but it won't be the last. Dave Hirschman, AOPA Live.